A storm is coming this Saturday, October 4th, and it is unlike anything most have ever faced. Not just rain or wind, but a force that tests the mind, the spirit, and the very essence of who you are. Life often arrives suddenly, wrapped in moments of chaos we cannot predict. Most will see it and be caught off guard, unprepared. But there is a path to readiness, a way to face what others cannot even comprehend. I am Heng, and today I will guide you through the principles that allow a few to stand firm while the many falter. You will learn how stillness becomes strength, how discipline sharpens the mind, and how awareness can act as a shield in times of uncertainty. These are not ordinary lessons. They are ancient truths, preserved by Shaolin masters, passed down through generations. Few ever apply them, and fewer still understand the hidden patterns that prepare the spirit for sudden trials. In this video, you will discover subtle practices that align your energy, heighten your perception, and cultivate the inner resilience needed to navigate life's storms. You will understand why timing, emotional mastery, and letting go of what drains your energy can be more powerful than any external force. By the end, you will see the coming challenges, not as threats, but as opportunities to rise above. This is more than guidance. It is a call to awaken the readiness already within you. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire. Subscribe and join us as we explore the path of self-mastery, ancient wisdom, and the hidden forces that shape our world. Stay with me until the very end, because the few who understand this storm will never be the same again. Silence is not emptiness, it is the space where strength gathers, where clarity is born, and where the mind learns to see beyond chaos. In the heart of every Shaolin training hall, before a strike is made or a movement begins, there is stillness. This stillness is not passive, it is the essence of preparation. Without it, action becomes reaction, and reaction is always weaker than intention. I have witnessed countless students rush into movement, full of energy but lacking presence. They strike too soon, speak too quickly, and are easily carried away by the currents of fear or anger. But those who cultivate stillness are different. They move with precision, speak with clarity, and respond with wisdom. In stillness, the mind aligns with the body, and decisions emerge naturally, unhindered by distraction or impulse. Stillness is also the gateway to emotional mastery. When the storm of life rises, those who have practiced quieting the mind do not stumble. Anger loses its grip, fear loses its edge, and uncertainty becomes a teacher rather than a threat. The breath becomes the anchor, guiding the mind back to balance. Through mindful meditation and controlled breathing, Shaolin practitioners learn to settle the body and calm the mind before every action. Each inhale draws focus inward, each exhale releases tension, clearing space for intention to flow. This principle extends beyond the training hall. In every challenge, in every moment of tension, stillness allows the observer to rise above the noise. It is not about waiting, it is about preparing, about becoming a vessel for precision, timing, and unwavering presence. Those who master stillness do not merely survive the storm, they meet it with unshakable composure, ready for every movement that life demands. Discipline is the quiet armor that shields the mind when the world erupts into chaos. It is forged not in grand gestures but in the small, repeated actions that shape character over time. In Shaolin practice, discipline is not punishment or rigidity, it is the framework that allows freedom. Without it, strength falters, focus scatters, and even the most skilled body becomes vulnerable. True discipline begins in the everyday, rising with the sun, observing the body's limits, honoring the rhythms of training and rest. These are not tasks, but rituals that cultivate resilience. Each repetition, each controlled movement, each moment spent mastering breath or posture, builds a subtle fortitude that becomes invisible armor. The mind learns to endure, the spirit learns to persist, and the heart learns to remain steady when external forces attempt to shake it. But discipline extends beyond the physical. Mental clarity and emotional balance are cultivated in parallel with the body. The Shaolin path teaches that a disciplined mind observes without attachment, responds without haste, and carries intention in every action. This mental rigor shields against distraction, impulsivity, and the emotional turbulence that often accompanies life's storms. Small daily practices are the seeds of this unshakable discipline. Setting aside time each morning for meditation, maintaining focus in mundane tasks, committing to consistent training even when motivation fades. These seemingly simple acts accumulate into extraordinary strength. The power lies not in intensity but in consistency. With each disciplined choice, the mind and body align, and resilience becomes second nature. Through this cultivation, discipline transforms into more than habit. It becomes a shield, protecting against chaos, fear, and uncertainty. Those who wear it carry a quiet confidence, an inner stability that no storm can dismantle. And in that stability lies the freedom to act with clarity, purpose, and unwavering presence. Every moment is a doorway, yet most pass through life with their eyes half closed, lost in memories or anxieties. Awareness of the present moment is the key that opens this doorway. It is not merely paying attention, it is fully inhabiting the now, sensing every movement, every breath, every subtle shift in the world around and within. In Shaolin practice, this awareness is cultivated as a skill, a form of vigilance that sharpens both mind and spirit. When the mind is fully present, the smallest signals of change become visible. A shift in the wind, a fleeting expression, a subtle imbalance. These are not accidents, they are indicators, guiding those who are awake to act before challenges become crises. This acute perception allows a practitioner to move with grace, to respond with precision, and to harness opportunity where others see only chaos. Awareness is not passive observation. It is active engagement with life as it unfolds. The storm, whether literal or symbolic, finds its power in distraction. Those who dwell in regrets of the past or fears of the future are blind to the currents surrounding them. They are like leaves tossed by wind, carried helplessly by forces they cannot read. But those grounded in the present perceive the rhythm of change. They anticipate without attachment, adjust without hesitation, and act from a place of clarity rather than reaction. Mindfulness is cultivated in quiet practice and in the flow of daily life. Sitting in meditation, breathing with intention, or moving through tasks with full attention trains the mind to return again and again to the now. Each return strengthens perception, patience, and insight. In this discipline, the present becomes both refuge and power. Those who master it are never truly overwhelmed, for they meet each moment fully, and in that meeting they discover the calm at the center of the storm. Energy moves before action. In Shaolin philosophy, this energy, qi, is the silent current that flows through the body, connecting mind, spirit, and movement. It is unseen, yet it shapes every thought, every step, and every response. Those who cultivate it learn to feel its subtle currents, to guide it rather than resist it, and to harness it as the foundation for decisive action. Alignment of qi is not about force, but harmony. When energy is balanced within, the body moves with precision, the mind thinks with clarity, and the spirit remains unshaken. External turbulence may rise like a storm, but those grounded in their energy flow act with a calm that seems almost effortless. They do not react blindly. They move in rhythm with the currents, anticipating shifts before they arrive, turning potential chaos into opportunity. This cultivation begins internally. Practices such as controlled breathing, meditative focus, and slow, intentional movements train the body to sense and direct energy. Each inhale draws qi inward. Each exhale spreads it outward, creating a circuit of awareness and power. The Shaolin path teaches that strength without alignment is wasted energy, and movement without flow invites imbalance. Preparation, then, is not only about skill or strategy, it is about internal equilibrium. The external world may be unpredictable, but when qi is aligned, the practitioner possesses a center that is untouchable. Decisions emerge naturally, reactions are measured, and actions carry both intention and force. In every challenge, in every storm, this internal flow becomes the guiding current. It is quiet, unseen, yet unstoppable. Those who master it move through life, not as victims of circumstance, but as architects of their own course, their energy shaping reality with subtle, unyielding power. Emotions rise like tides, often when least expected, threatening to sweep the mind into confusion and the body into rash action. In Shaolin philosophy, mastery is not the absence of emotion, but the ability to observe it without surrendering to it. Fear, anger, and frustration are natural currents, yet those who yield to them lose the clarity needed to navigate life's storms. True strength lies in the stillness that observes, the calm that understands, and the wisdom that chooses response over reaction. When anger flares, it narrows perception, blinds judgment, and hastens mistakes. When fear grips, it freezes action or pushes toward desperation. Shaolin training teaches that these emotions can be sensed, acknowledged, and released, like clouds passing across a clear sky. The mind that watches without attachment gains space to act with precision. Each breath becomes a tool, each pause a bridge between impulse and intention. Practical mastery begins with simple awareness. Before words are spoken, before movements are made, the practitioner senses the rising tide within. A slow, deliberate inhale grounds the mind. A measured exhale releases tension. In this space, the choice becomes clear: to act from understanding rather than instinct, to respond with wisdom rather than react with chaos. Over time, these moments accumulate, forming a resilience that cannot be shaken by the unpredictable storms of life. This principle extends beyond the training hall into every interaction, every challenge, every trial. Emotional mastery is the invisible armor that protects thought and preserves focus. Calmness is not passivity, it is the foundation for decisive, effective action. Those who cultivate it move through conflict unshaken, navigate uncertainty with clarity, and transform even the most turbulent situations into opportunities for insight and growth. In this quiet strength, the spirit learns that control over oneself is the greatest power one can possess. Every movement carries weight, but its power is measured not only by force, but by timing. In Shaolin philosophy, mastery of action begins with mastery of the moment. A strike too early misses its mark. A delay can allow opportunity to vanish. The body, the mind, and the spirit must align, waiting patiently until the precise instant when action will achieve its fullest effect. Shaolin masters spend years learning to sense this moment. They cultivate awareness, patience, and intuition, understanding that impulsive action often stems from desire, fear, or distraction. True timing arises from stillness, from observation, and from a deep attunement to the currents of life itself. The world has rhythms both subtle and obvious, and those who move in harmony with these rhythms navigate challenges with elegance and power. In life, timing is everywhere. It is in the pause before speaking, in the choice to act or to hold back, in the recognition of when circumstances have shifted enough to demand a decisive move. The untrained mind rushes or hesitates without guidance, missing opportunities or creating unnecessary conflict. The disciplined mind waits, senses, and then flows, allowing intention to meet circumstance perfectly. Practicing timing requires patience and reflection. Moments of stillness, meditation, and mindful observation train perception to recognize subtle changes. Each decision, each pause, each movement is a rehearsal for the perfect convergence of action and opportunity. When mastered, timing transforms not only skill but presence, turning ordinary responses into acts of wisdom. The art of timing is subtle, yet it shapes every aspect of mastery. It teaches that power is not measured by speed or force alone, but by the ability to act in alignment with the world, neither too soon nor too late. In this rhythm lies clarity, precision, and the quiet confidence of one who moves in harmony with life itself. Clutter is not only in the world around us, it lives within the mind, in habits, attachments, and thoughts that drain energy and blur perception. True readiness demands release. Shaolin philosophy teaches that mastery cannot thrive when the spirit is weighed down by the unnecessary. The path of strength begins with simplicity, with clearing space for what is essential. Every attachment, whether to people, outcomes, or past experiences carries hidden tension. Each habit born of comfort rather than purpose siphons energy that could be directed toward growth and clarity. The practitioner learns to observe these patterns without judgment, to acknowledge them, and then to let them go. Release is not loss, it is liberation. By shedding what does not serve, the mind and body regain freedom, focus, and responsiveness. Simplicity is not merely physical, it is mental and emotional. A disciplined mind identifies what is essential in each moment, focusing only on what contributes to mastery. Shaolin training emphasizes precision, not excess intention, not distraction. Every movement, every breath, every thought carries weight only when aligned with purpose. The more the excess is removed, the more power remains in the essentials. Practices of meditation, reflection, and mindful observation support this release. Each day becomes an opportunity to discard the trivial, to refine attention, and to strengthen what truly matters. The energy once scattered by attachments now flows directly toward growth, clarity, and readiness. In life, storms will come, both sudden and inevitable. Those who have mastered the art of letting go move through these challenges with ease. Their focus is sharp, their spirit unburdened, their responses fluid and precise. In the absence of the unnecessary, true mastery shines, not as effort, but as natural expression of inner strength, balance, and purpose. The world often shouts for attention, yet true guidance comes from the quiet within. In Shaolin practice, connection to higher awareness is the path that separates reaction from wisdom. It is not found in force or speed, but in attuning to subtle signals from the body, the mind, and the spirit. Those who cultivate this awareness learn to move with insight rather than impulse, to sense patterns invisible to the distracted eye. Intuition is the voice of readiness. It whispers before danger, hints at opportunity, and directs action with precision. The prepared practitioner listens closely, distinguishing the signals of fear from the guidance of discernment. This inner compass is honed through stillness, meditation, and mindful practice. Over time, the ability to hear these subtle cues becomes second nature, guiding movement, thought, and choice in perfect harmony with the present moment. Challenges that seem threatening to most are seen differently by those attuned to higher awareness. Every obstacle carries a lesson. Every difficulty is a teacher. Instead of being overwhelmed, the practitioner interprets each disruption as information, using it to refine skill, sharpen perception, and deepen understanding. External chaos loses its power when the inner voice is trusted. This connection is cultivated slowly, with patience and discipline. Daily attention to breath, posture, and awareness of thought trains the mind to recognize the quiet signals amidst the noise. Energy becomes aligned, focus deepens, and choices emerge naturally without hesitation. In life, storms are inevitable, but those who have developed this inner guidance navigate them as if guided by unseen currents. Decisions are measured, actions purposeful, and the spirit remains centered. Connection to higher awareness transforms existence itself, turning uncertainty into opportunity, obstacles into insight, and challenges into the quiet unfolding of mastery. In this space, the mind sees clearly, the heart remains steady, and every moment becomes a path toward wisdom. Preparation alone is like sharpening a sword that never leaves its sheath. In Shaolin philosophy, all training, all stillness, and all discipline culminate in purposeful action. Mastery of self is not the final goal. It is the foundation that allows action to carry weight, precision, and meaning. Without it, skill falters, decisions waver, and even the strongest intentions scatter like wind. Purposeful action arises from alignment of mind, body, and spirit. Every movement is intentional, every choice deliberate, and every response guided by clarity rather than impulse. Shaolin masters teach that external mastery, the ability to influence, to overcome, to succeed, cannot exist without first conquering the inner world. Strength, courage, and resilience emerge naturally from this internal foundation, transforming preparation into real-world effectiveness. Thriving through adversity requires more than survival. It demands conscious engagement with the challenges life presents. Those who have honed self-mastery do not merely endure storms, they move through them with presence and precision, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. Each trial becomes a mirror, reflecting areas of strength and revealing where further refinement is needed. Action guided by insight rather than reaction shapes not only outcomes but character itself. The practice of purposeful action begins in small moments. Speaking with intention, choosing focus over distraction, acting when the moment aligns with readiness, these are the building blocks of mastery. Over time, these choices form a rhythm, a way of being that carries through every challenge. In life, storms will come, unannounced and relentless. Those who combine self-mastery with purposeful action meet them not as victims but as architects of their path. Preparation becomes living strength, discipline becomes decisive movement, and awareness transforms into wisdom in motion. Through this balance, adversity is no longer an enemy. It becomes the proving ground where true mastery reveals itself. In every generation, only a few rise above the ordinary. They are the ones who embody discipline, awareness, and inner mastery consistently, even when the world offers distraction, comfort, or fear. This is not a matter of privilege or chance. It is the result of relentless commitment, quiet focus, and the courage to face oneself without compromise. Most walk through life responding to circumstance, moving with habit and impulse. They react to storms rather than meeting them with presence. The prepared few, however, have learned to cultivate stillness before action, to align energy with purpose, and to let go of what no longer serves. They move with intention, guided by higher awareness, turning challenges into lessons rather than obstacles. Their path is not easy, yet it is purposeful, deliberate, and unwavering. This readiness is subtle but powerful. It does not seek recognition, nor does it demand external validation. It is a quiet strength that manifests in clarity of thought, precision of action, and resilience in adversity. The few who are ready are those who have trained the mind as rigorously as the body, who have observed emotions without being controlled, and who have synchronized internal balance with external action. Striving to be among these few is not about perfection, it is about consistency. It is about choosing the path of preparation, reflection, and growth every day, even when it is unseen or unacknowledged. Each choice to practice stillness, to act with discipline, and to remain present strengthens the capacity to meet life fully prepared. The few who are ready are not born, they are cultivated. They stand as examples of what is possible when inner mastery, awareness, and purpose are held as guiding principles. To walk among them is to embrace a life of clarity, resilience, and true readiness for whatever storms may come. Life's storms, whether sudden or slow, test more than strength, they test presence, clarity, and mastery of self. Today we have explored the principles that prepare the few who are ready: stillness before action, unwavering discipline, acute awareness, emotional mastery, aligned energy, perfect timing, the art of letting go, attunement to intuition, and purposeful action. Each principle is a tool, a guide, a way to transform challenge into growth. The storm is not only an external force, it is the reflection of life's unpredictability, the trials that appear when least expected. Mastery begins within. It is cultivated quietly, day by day, through consistent practice and mindful choice. External readiness follows naturally from internal harmony. Those who have trained themselves in presence, patience, and clarity meet life with strength rather than fear, with intention rather than reaction. Remember, readiness is not luck. It is the result of the quiet, consistent work of self-mastery. Each moment spent observing, breathing, reflecting, and acting with purpose builds the foundation for a life capable of navigating any storm. Apply these lessons in small ways each day, and the currents of challenge will no longer sweep you away. They will become opportunities to rise. May this wisdom guide your steps, sharpen your mind, and steady your heart. Embrace the practice, honor the journey, and let each moment of preparation shape your life. If this lesson resonates, join our path of inner mastery and ancient wisdom. Like this video, subscribe to our channel Shaolin Soulfire, and continue walking the path of clarity, strength, and readiness.